What is going on, everybody? We're here. RP Law, EB01. Sim updated. So we're going to spend this time, the next 2 weeks, having lots of fun with a bunch of wacky things. Because, why not? I don't want to dive into the new stuff like too much and learning all the new decks a lot. Because in 2 weeks, there's bans coming. Like updated bans and restrictions. So I don't really want to spend a ton of time learning all the decks in the game and how they play right now, with that going to change and could completely change like some of the meta stuff and some of the decks that are used, especially for us when OP06 comes. So we'll go back to that when that comes. But yeah, Sim is updated, EB01 stuff, and we're gonna be playing around with all the updated stuff that everybody is running. And I'm starting out with, I feel like, kind of like a standard list. And we'll definitely experiment with a bunch of different stuff because I love RP Law so much, and the new cards, especially EP01, have me so excited because especially depending on what gets banned and restricted, I feel like you can't tell me that this is not now like one of the best decks in the game, especially if you put the time in to learn it, because the combos that we have now are just absolutely like, they're unlimited. It's so beautiful. I love it. But yeah, let's jump into the new cards that we have added here. EB01. My favorite, Kid Killer. The alt art, I think, of this card is one of my favorites ever in the game, and I definitely plan to get it. But this card is cool because it's going off in some of the new things that have been introduced, like from Zoro Sanji, and then I think in Hody Jones, like the Fishman cards have this as well with like 2. So they're dual ability as well. So as you see at the top, like the top right, because it's both Kid and Killer, but their ability, while it's so strong, is they get rush, and most importantly, the thing that makes this card just absolutely clutch is if your opponent has 2 life cards or less, this card gains 7,000. So that means this is just an absolutely insane finishing card now. And as someone who loves doing the Zoro Barrage endgame, which is kind of like the patented finishing move, this is now the new patented finishing move, because you get to do the same thing with that we were doing with Zoro, where we'd attack with like the Don. So attack with the active Don, and then you use your active Don after attacking with your characters, like for 7k, 8k, whatever. Use that 3. Now you get to bring a Kid and Killer off those 3, who's going to be at 7k attack for that turn. So then whatever other active Don you have left, you just throw on them, and that's a free 2k boost for like a finishing move. So it is so strong, and we get to combo it with both. So an insane finishing move now with literally for 3 Don, you get to bring in Zoro to rush that turn. Then you can use that 3 Don, you use Zoro, bring in Kid and Killer, and you just absolutely unleash. It's nuts. And I don't know, I can't wait for this to drop. Just be all the unlimited combos and stuff. It's going to be so sick. And other new card, we got Mr. 2, Bond Clay. This card is nuts as well. Solves a lot of issues in a lot of the matchups, because most important thing that have to get used to and remember is on play. So unlike the other ramps that we have, this is the same as Kid, where the Don is active. So you drop Bond Clay, you get the extra Don, and it's active, meaning you get to assign that to like whoever in attack for an extra 1k that turn, which is absolutely massive. Or I've seen in some builds where if you want to run like a Rad Beam or something, it makes it a lot easier to use Rad Beam to keep that going. We might experiment with that because, again, we have 2 weeks. There's plenty of time to try a bunch of different little builds and stuff here. But yeah, Bond Clay, super good. This card is basically wins you games against yellow now. If they can't get rid of Bond Clay, especially endgame, Bond Clay's ability when attacking, and choose one of your opponent's characters. This character has the same base power as the chosen character for the turn. So if your character has any boss cards, Bond Clay's power for that turn becomes the same as any of those. So if they're 10k, 12k, whatever, Bond Clay then becomes that, which is nuts. Like, it fixes the issues with yellow so much, because like if you have Bond Clay out to set them up, they drop like anyone crazy, like again 7k or higher. Having Bond Clay then become that, then you're able to drop Kid and Killer, who's going to be 7k minimum, and that's just it just, there's so, like, with a deck where we are already, like, kind of down on Don compared to everybody, being able to have 2 of our own, even though they're, like, lower cost, become kind of like our boss cards for, like, finishing moves is crazy. Because being able to have him out, being able to bring this guy out into 7k for, like, the 3, and just being able to combo with anything else that we have out, you then just have even though we're down on Don, we'll still have, like, so much more board control and stuff than our opponents, and overall have, like, net gain on Don to be able to attack consistently for, I feel like you're low-key attack for, like, 7k with everybody once you, like, mid to a late game. But yeah, super fun. The rest of the deck for right now, standard stuff, bring it over. Just have I have the 6 here because I have Otama for the 2k. We have Kamazo because Kamazo's good again in certain matchups to drop to be able to clear, like, searchers and stuff like that, which I like. And he's 2k counter. We got our standard with the boys and Beppo, which pretty much the kind of staples. We got Kid here. Kid is massive because, again, Kid gives you an active Don as well. And pretty much you get Kid set up, I feel like you're good, because with him being at the 5 and the 6k, it puts your opponent in a really tough spot of being able to get rid of him, like, again, like, immediately. Besides that, I got Film Loss still because I like the extra removal, and since he's got Otama, like, built in, being able to just drop him and especially then shambles out, like, whoever they got and bring in like a ramp, I think is super strong. And especially if you're going second, being able to drop him 4, get 2 characters out your second turn is massive. And yeah, besides that, we got the Shiraya, because Shiraya is clutch against Yamato and against the 6k leaders like Whitebeard and stuff. So Shiraya pretty big. Then I've got Sanji back just because of depending on the matchups and how fast we want to play with this deck. Like, Sanji is now, I feel like, a little bit more viable if you go second, dropping him turn 1. So then you can immediately, because again, to activate Kid Killer, we got to get our opponent down to 2 or less life. So Sanji is pretty much guarantees that, being able to do, like, blast with him and more utilization. And he's the 2k, so we have that. But we'll see how things go. Obviously, I plan to do a bunch of different variant builds. I feel like this is kind of like a beginning standard build, at least for me, and we'll definitely make some tweaks, try some different things, and go from there, because I want to see if we can obviously make like stuff like Hollywood Law work, and also try just different variants around the different archetypes that we have. So we'll see how everything goes with all that. But yeah, bit intro, want to get some out quick here, so we'll jump into some games. And obviously it's going to be see how the games and stuff go, because obviously this just came out, so everybody's just messing around and playing around with the new stuff. So see how the quality of the games go. Probably be kind of up and down, but who knows. I'm just super excited. I can't wait, because again, RP Law is going to be one of the best decks in the game. And we're just looking, everything is just looking so great. So yeah, let's jump into the games and see how they go. Alrighty, jumping in against the main man Sakazuki. And honestly, we'll keep this just so we can try out some new card action. They dropped Toshigi Search off the rip, which is alright. See what they grab. Alright, they grabbed Ama, which is what they need in this matchup if they're gonna be able to keep up with us. So we'll see how it goes. I just need to get some power reducible. They trash or rob. Okay, interesting. Would not have expected that. Alright. So, well, we're sitting good with the boys. We have 3 of the 4. So we're doing great on the ramp, literally, with Bonclay and Beppo as well. We just need to draw anything that's not them. Alright, so what do we get here? Alright, we're getting Otama, which is kind of needed. No, and I don't think I need Beppo, so I'll use Beppo and block out. But we're kind of chilling with this. Alright, so it leaves me with 4. Okay, we get a max, which is huge. Let's attack them. Attack them first here. 5-on-5. And then pretty much I can drop Bon Clay then into the boys. And we'll be big chillin'. Alright, so they take the one there. Actually, I misplayed because I forgot Bon Clay is at an active Don. So I thought all the other ones are rested. So already a goof out of me. But it's all good. Get that out of here. Bring in the boys. Alright. So yeah, remember that. Bon Clay, active Don. Very, very strong. So to be able to attack. That's why Bon Clay is massive in honestly any purple deck now. Because you get an active Don back. But we'll see what they can do. We know they have Amu, which is 2. Problem is they would need okay, so they have Hina. So let's them get rid of 1. And we'll see. So they're getting rid of the boys, which I mean is fine because we can just use this and onto that. Alright, never mind, they use Hound Blaze. Okay, so we'll take that, which is all good. And yeah, Bon Clay will boost him up to the 5k. And that leaves us with 6. We have Zoro and Kid Killer. So if I get him down to 2 here, I could drop Zoro and Kid Killer off with both. That leaves us with 3. Which I need. So I need 1 to get this out. Alright, let's see. Alright, when attacking, choose one of the opponent's characters. Alright, let me put... I have 6, so I could put 1 on him and attack them for 6. And then remove this. I may play it smart here, get this set up, and then next turn. Alright, so let's do... attack them, select them, so now we're attacking them 6-on-5. Alright, we get them down to 2. Which is massive. So they'll definitely attack him. So I could just use drop Otama down for the 1 to get that. We will then how do I want to go about this? I should have dropped Film Law and kept Otama. Leaves me with 4. Because I could bring in... Well, I drop Zoro. Then I could do another attack. So we can try that. So I can at least keep multiples up. So they block out of that. Actually, I might just need to do Film Law. I want to do 2 4s and keep these guys for the next one. So yeah, I goofed this up. Oh well. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Bring in the boys again. Alright. Because, yeah, they're going to attack this. So, 5-on-1. Which can't do anything about. We know they have Amu for 2. They might be able to do... Okay, they have another Hina. Alright. So, they're going to do some Amu action here. However, we're going to be at 7. So we have a shot to clobber him on the next turn here. So we'll see how this goes. So they drop Ice Age. Okay. Grab the Tashiki Search. Grab Branding for 1. So they have 1k. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. See what we draw. We get another Zoro. Oh man. So since we're at 2, Kid Killer is at 7k. So I gotta do 3 to bring in both of these. And then leaves me with 4, so I could bring in another Zoro. Alright, so let's drop Zoro and attack. Then 5-on-5. Alright, so the block out of that, which is fine. I will attack. Trying to think how the best way to go about all this. Because I could drop another Zoro for 3. We could still get rid of this with Max. Which I'll probably do. Because we know they have a brand new. So one of these is brand new. So they take that. Okay. So I could still drop this Zoro. Which I'll do. So 5 and 5. Okay, so there's the brand new. Alright. And then drop Max onto that. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Bring in Kid and Killer. And attack them 7 on 5. Alright. So we get them down to nothing here. We got 3 on the board. See what they got here. What they can do. So they trash a Borsalino. So obviously they need to. I have 2k in hand as well. So if they attack for 6 or less, I can block out. Alright, so... Well, they did cost -1 on him. And attacking. Let's just block out. See what we can get them to audible into. Because obviously they could put 3 on Tashigi and attack one of them. But... if they don't get a blocker up, we're chilling. It's kind of the only thing here. Alright, well. They quit. They don't have any other way to cost reduce here. I mean, they could have played... They have 9. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. They have Hound Blaze. I mean, they could have Hound Blazed them. 2 or less. Yeah, Hound Blaze for 2. That leaves them with 7. And, well, I guess, yeah, never mind. They would only have been able to put 1 up, so I would still have 3 attacking on them. And so they would have only got the Hound Blaze and could only do Rebecca or Sabo. Because if they Hound Blaze, they couldn't do Moria. Which is chilling for us. But, I mean, what else? Oh, yeah, we bottom decked out their Hina, so they don't have any characters that cost reduce. Alright, so there we go. W. Obviously the power there, again, we'll definitely have to make some adjustments because of, I feel like just how fast this deck plays. The burnout potential is pretty high. Because obviously I'm out of cards in hand. They could have, well, if they would have Hound Blazed him out, they could have then used the Shigi to attack another one. So that's only for 2, and then that leaves them with the 7. So they only could play 1 blocker, which still wouldn't have mattered because they had 2 attackers, so just had to attack 1. So, but yeah, you're just overwhelming. Kid Killer. I love this card. It's so sick. But yeah, good start. Beating Sakazuki. Alrighty, here we go. Playing against one of the new decks, the black-yellow Luffy. I know this is a big one. I'm mulligan out because I don't have any Rampo. Okay, we get Beppo, which is okay. See how this goes. I have no idea what to expect in this deck or how it plays. So they play Hiyori, so they put something silly in there, I'm assuming. Alright, that leaves me with 3. I do have Shiraya. I want to play to this. They have something wild and wacky in here. Yeah, let's just attack 5 on 5, see what happens, and then I'll drop Shiraya. Cause yeah. Alright, never mind. They just take the card. Alright, interesting. So we'll throw Shiraya down. And with them, they need 2 Don. Once returned, they can discard a card from their hand. If their life is at 0, they get to add up to 2 5-cost characters from their trash or their hand face up. So we need to play around that. Sort of like Enel needing to leave them at the 1 and go from there with our best shot here. But it's going to be tough because there's so many yellow cards that do a bunch of shenanigans. And we'll see what kind of black cards they have built in here. So they're attacking me 5 on 5. They're leaving them with 4. Yeah, I guess we'll take it. Okay, we get Kid and Killer. Alright. Leaves us with 5, which is cool. So I'll attack them back 5 on 5. Alright, so I can drop Kid, get this out, bring in... I'll bring in Kid and Killer and blast them down to 1, and then we'll go for it all next turn. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, get rid of this. Or should I just bring it? No, I should bring in Beppo, then I can do a double barrage next turn. We'll do that and that. Leaves me with this. We'll attack him 6 on 5. Because I have the 2K, so we'll play around that. See what they got in hand. Because they left all their Don up, so I don't know if that means they got some wild and wacky counter or what. Okay, so they take the life. Alright, well that leaves us with that. So I'm going to be at 6 Don next turn. I can drop this into this. And we can go wild and wacky. No. Block out of that. Because again, Shiraya stays at his power. So he's at 5. Making things a bit easier for us. So they have 5. Alright, they have 10 cards in hand though, which is the issue here. So they drop an ace. They have 2 or less life, gains rush. Alright, well, I actually can make a play here. Keep them alive. Alright, so how do we want to do this? I have 6. They have 1, but they have 9 cards in hand. Which is a bit annoying. Alright, I'm at 6, they're at 6. Alright, let's do this onto that. That leaves me with 5. Alright, so 3 for Zoro. Bring in this. We'll keep a bond play here. So that drops him down to 4. Alright, let's pop that 6 and 4. Okay, so now we got them at the 1 here. Leaves me with 4. Needs to wait to attack with that for a second. And then this is going to be at 7. I can bring this in for 6. Alright, so let's do the same thing. 5 on 5. See what they do. Alright, so they drop a Luffy. So there's one card down. Alright. Drop Zoro. We'll attack him now. 6 on 5. Okay, so they take that. Go 1, 2, 3. Bring in Kid and Killer. We get 1 back. And then I'll attack him 7 on 5. Alright, so we get that. Attack him 5 on 5. Alright, and then attack him again 7 on 5. And we got him. Bang, bang. Flying around. Get him on turn 4. Dude, this deck is crazy when you get the combos. This is wild. Okay, they could have blocked it straight up, but they would have had to use all the rest of their cards. And unless they got something crazy, they would only be able to drop Moira next turn if they wanted to, and then attack 5k, which would have got them 1 character. And since they don't have all this stuff, they can't really use Moira to play anything from here, because we got rid of all their 5ks, which is nice. But yeah, there we go. Obviously early days, and I feel like everyone experimenting with the other decks. Probably don't know how to play them as much either, and since we have so much time in the law, just adding the extra pieces isn't too big of a change for us, but I am absolutely cruising so far. Alrighty, we're going up against the Moria here. Jumping in. Leaves me with 2. Let's see what we get here. Do I want to drop Sanji down right now or keep him? Probably keep him, just in case, because they're a removal. I don't want to lose like a 2k like off the rip. Because I assume they're going to attack for 6 right here. And then depending on what they get out. Alright, so yeah. Luckily, Nothing too crazy. So 7 on 5. Take that. We get Zoro, which is cool. And Kid. So I have the boys, which is good. Probably drop Bon Clay. Go up. And then we'll scoop this. Drop the boys. And then go from there. Alright, so we get 1 here, which is massive. And so drop Bon Clay. Oh, I forgot it's the active again. Whoopsies. Not used to the reps yet with our guy. I will learn. Bon Clay active Don and can attack for 6. Alright. So here we go. We have 2 4s. They have no removal guys in the trash, which is good. So they're dropping Ice Age. Alright. So I assume they have the Absalom guy in there. Yeah. So that was expected. Mid is fine. So 7 on 5. Take that. Okay. That's actually pretty nice. So this guy's only at 5. And we can bottom deck him straight out with this. Then I can bring in... Actually, I have 6. So I kind of want to use Kid. Drop Kid. I'll use Max on this guy. And then we'll bring in... At the end, I guess I. Well, let's see what happens with this. Do a 5 on 5. Okay, so we get the hit there, which is big. So use Max on him. We will drop Kid. So that leaves me at 6. I'll bring in Ray, and then that way I can make a play. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. We'll grab this first, get 2 cards, and then attack them 6 on 5. Alright, they block out of that, which is fine, because it leaves us to be able to go into the barrage next turn, because I'm going to be at 6. We'll have we got the double. And then I have another Zoro if we go a turn after that. So they're sitting at 7, obviously. Alright, they quit. So yeah, well, -2 is all they got. Sick. Is since we bottom decked their Absalom, their only other way of they would have had to drop Robert, which would have been 4, and then they would have had to play this, which is 5. That leaves them with 2, which means they only get rid of 1 card. And then obviously if they were attacking, I have Sanji and Kamazo, so I would have definitely kept this up. And then, yeah, probably would have got them. If not the next turn, the turn after. Because we have Gordo. Would have been at 6 to get rid of Robert. And then the turn after that, they would have had to play Moira. But they... So into Borsalino. But we'll see. Even if they would have even survived next turn. They have the 2K. So maybe. Because I would have been attacking them with minimum. With the Zoro, with the Kid and Killer. With the Kid, because Kid would have been up, and then Reiju probably would have been gone, and then the boys would have still been up. So we would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 attacks minimum. So yeah, we might have got them, depending on what's in their life. But there we go. Alrighty, here we go. NL action. I'll keep this, and we'll see if we can draw into any Don. Or not Don, power reducers. Leaves me with 3. Do that into that. Because I could go... Well, let's just attack and see what they do. Attack the 5 on 5. So they take the 1. So I could drop Zoro, attack. But if it did that, next turn they'll be at 4. So they'd have to attack that. I kind of want them to attack me. Yeah, we'll just end our turn. And we'll leave the 3 up as kind of like a bluff. Alright, we get a third Zoro, which is kind of crazy. Alright, what is this? So a blocker, KO'd by opponent's effect, place 1 card. Alright. Interesting. Obviously not getting KO'd by opponent's effects here. So we can drop, probably drop Zoro. So we'll throw Zoro down. That leaves me with 2. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Bring in the boys to get the 2 back. Alright, and then let me attack. 5 on 5. Obviously, I assume they're... Okay, never mind. They're taking the hit on that. Okay. Then attack him 7 on 5. Okay. They get Wimpy Hoshi life trigger. See what they can do with their next turn. Alright. So they may... Well, depending on what they attack Zoro with, try to, yeah, keep him up. So I could do this and that. Keep Zoro alive. Alright, so they drop Gadatsu, which is fine, which is expected. So the only thing that stinks is I don't have power reducer to just get this guy up out of here, because that'd make things very easy. So I may need to wait a turn to do this combo, and then we just keep this. So I may drop, so I'm at 6, they're at 6. Alright, so I may need to drop right here, just get the 2. We get our, okay, we have all of our Zoros. Okay, that's kind of wild and wacky, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, let's just do 5 on 5. Dang, they got another one? Okay, well, that's, they got plenty of cards to block out of, I guess, so we got that going for us at least. I may need to drop Kid and Killer here just to go for, the play, so attack him 7 on 5. At least we get rid of 2 other cards here. Alright, so we get rid of 2 at the very least. So 1, 2, 3, scoop that. Yeah, because I have so many Zoros, I'll bring in Kid and Killer now, just because he attacks 7 on 5. And because he's 4, so in case they have another Gadatsu. Alright, so we get them down to 6 at least. They're at 8. That's fine. See what they do here. They have 2 attacks. Obviously, I can block out of 1. Okay. I was not expecting the Onami drop, but if they want to play a hit life, I'm kind of fine with that. Alright, well, they quit. That live with the... Yeah, I mean, I guess there's not a whole lot they could have done. They had counter. But they would have had to use this on this. They would have had to use everything to block out. I would have been able to keep up, I feel like at least one of them. Yeah, they just kind of, again, yellow with the brick. See, they got all the components. We got all of our Zoro. So, alright. Alrighty, here we go. Against some Perona. I'm going to keep this so we can test out some Bon Clay action. And remember that it's active time that he gives us, so I can drop him and then go up. So we get a Gordo, which is nice, but end of turn there. So we got Gordon and Law to be able to reduce anything they drop. So we'll see what they do. And then obviously Perona can rest things, but depending on what all we get, can kind of play around all that. And then obviously Kid is big in this matchup because he's 5 and 6. So they can't really use both. They need a couple different little cards and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. So they're attacking. Alright, with 6. Let this hit because I don't have like a 2k to kind of waste here. But that means I can't play anything like too crazy, I guess. Alright, so we get another Ray, which is solid. I'm trying to think, I could play 2 Bon Clays, honestly, next turn, and that lets me attack for 7. So the brand new search, alright, cool, we can scoop him. So then I don't have to waste this. And let's see what they grab so we can pay attention. Alright, they whiffed. So that's big. So they had to trash a... Wait, why did they trash... So, okay. Interesting. They trashed Porcelino. I guess meaning to, like, wanting to add it. So we get Beppo. Alright, so I can drop Bon Clay here. So we'll drop Bon Clay. That gets us to this. And now I could do either or. So if I do Bon Clay... Because they're going to rest Bon Clay and attack next turn. And so I probably want to go into Beppo. So we'll go down to 1, 2, 3. Scoop that. Grab our bear. And then attack them 6 on 5. And we'll see... Because we got a Ryuma in the trash. So that's big. So yeah, we knocked them down 1. Because... Bon Clay also in this matchup works sort of like a pseudo blocker, because that means they're not attacking our life. And that means next turn we're going to be at 5. And so I have, depending on what they play, gives us a couple different options of stuff that we can do. So yeah, we saw that coming, which I mean they like have to. That means Beppo is alive. Okay, never mind, they're dropping X Drake. Interesting. So they're attacking me 5 on 5. Sure, I'll take it. We get another bear. Alright, so that puts me at 5. How do we want to go about this? Because I have another Bon Clay. This guy's at 6, which I could scoop with Gordon. But that leaves me with 4. I have 8 cards. Let me just attack them 5 on 5 and see what they do. Because I'm probably going to get rid of this. Attack with our bear. Drop Bon Clay. And then we'll kind of go from there. Because then next turn I can drop Kid and get things set up. Because drawing Kamazo is kind of big. So we have a 2k to be able to block out of like their attack next turn. So we'll see. See how things go. And then I have 8 cards, so I don't really need Ray right now. So, yeah, we'll see how to go about all this. So probably drop another Bon Clay, which will get us up to 6. Get this guy out, and then I can attack with our bear. So they take the 1 damage. Alright. So let me throw down Gordon. So I'll get him in the range. So that leaves us with 4. We'll throw down... Because if I throw down Bon Clay, they like have to rest Bon Clay. So we can do that. So grab him. That leaves me with I'm at 6. They're at 6 or 5. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. So now I'm at 3. Bring in probably another... Well, I could bring in Ray to get 2 more cards. But I feel like we're kind of okay. Just bringing in another bear, and then we'll attack them 6 on 5 to get us to 7. So now I can go into Kid and then Ray next turn potentially. But see how this goes. So they block out. Alright, that's kind of okay. Get rid of A2K. So we'll see what they do here. They're going to have 7. Obviously, they have nothing on the board to be able to attack with, so they kind of have to rest Bon Clay and attack him. I guess if they have Ryuma, then they're chilling. This Ryuma would be 4. That leaves them with 3. We'll kind of see how this plays out. Because getting Kid down is pretty big, because I kind of want to go into these 2 next turn. And gonna go from there. Okay, never mind, they're dropping the cost of Bon Clay. So they use their ability, drop him down to 3. So they're going to try to like cost remove 2. Okay, so they drop Ryuma. Alright. I have no idea what else they may have. No. We'll block out. It's because I have Ray to go into. Leaves him with 2. Okay, Rosinante blocker. Okay, interesting. Was not expecting them to kind of do any of that. Alright, so we gotta get rid of this. So I want to drop Kid off the rip. And then -3. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Bring in Ray. Get 2 cards. So we get 2 of those. Alright, so that's big. Leaves me with 3. If I put 1 on, so I'm at 5, they're at 7. So 1 on Bon Clay, attack them, take this, and now we're attacking them 7 on 5. See what they can do. And then I'll attack 5 on 5 with our bear friend. Alright, well, they completely miscalculated that, I guess. So that means they have, like, no counter in hand. And so, actually, I'll just do this then. So 6 on 5. And so they have miscalculated that. Alright, and then if they didn't get any counter here, I can now do this and win. Because these cards would both have to be 1K. Oh, okay. Never mind. They just straight goofed it. I don't know what they were doing with yeah, why? Okay. Big goof out of them. Obviously, so these were the 3. So Dofi, Moira, and then their 2 life was 2 and 1. So I mean, they could have blocked that. Next turn, their only option was Moira to bring in a blocker, but we have Gordon, so we had them absolutely locked down because yeah, they would have had to attack, and then I have 2K and a 1K and a 1K to pivot around blocking to keep anyone else up. So yeah, they're looking good in kind of so far. Every game I've played, just playing around with this has gone pretty great. Some misplays out of our opponents of not being able to count, but it is what it is for now. But early days, everybody testing all the new stuff. And yeah, we'll definitely dive into this some more. But as of right now, just absolutely clobbering people with law. It's so strong. And like next turn would have been nuts. Because yeah, their only option really would have been Moria, unless they got like an insane draw to bring in Borsellino, and that's it. So no other options in the trash for them, really. I guess I could have searched something and then had to search something, but like we probably would have lost Bon Clay. But then since they're at 9, I could block out at either 6 with Sanji here, so we were chilling. And that would have meant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 characters minimum attacking with the Kidney Killer as well. With us being at 8 Don, would have been nuts. Because I would have done I would have put the Don on our guys, attacked like, I don't know, probably a bunch of 7s. So I would have 7, 7, 7. So that's 5 of our 8. Leave us with 3. Then I probably would have did a 6 and then brought in Kidney Killer. Even if they somehow survived it. Dropped him. He'd be at 7K. We have 2 left. Throw it on him. 9K finishing attack. Absolutely beautiful. Like, I just... the ways everything can get put together with this deck and everything. It plays super, super fast. And obviously, you just put I don't know, just unimaginable pressure on your opponent. Like, again, turn 4, your opponent, we just beat them into the ground before they can get anything. All the decks that run like the boss cards, we just beat them into the ground before they can get them set up, which is great because the boss cards in hands are just bricks. But yeah, obviously, I feel like definitely mess around with this deck and stuff. Definitely planning to make some more tweaks and everything like that because if you get Ray like any Reiju, you're pretty good. I feel like you're fine. That solves like the hand burnout option. If you don't and get too many rush, I feel like you could like run into the burnout issue. But I mean, overall though, the cards, all the combos and stuff just work together so seamlessly. It's nice. I really like it. And yeah, may make some more tweaks and try some different things out here. Because again, we're in a period. We're at 2 weeks before we learn about the new bands and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna have a lot of fun with everything that we can have fun with until we learn the bands. Because I don't want to spend too much time learning all these other decks and breaking them down in case like certain decks get hit a bunch and it completely changes like the meta and stuff. So we're just gonna have fun for now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.